Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215.
And Omi.
And we are in Tampa, Florida. We're going to be doing a driving tour of the East Ybor neighborhood. I believe there's an East Ybor City. I believe there's a Ybor City, an East Ybor neighborhood, and a historic Ybor area. So we're at 24th and 10th Ave. We're just gonna take a spin through the neighborhood to see what it looks like. They had a drop top Beetle out there. Punch buggy, no punch back. We got residential houses on my right hand side and on my left. Now to spell Ybor for you is the letter Y, B-O-R, Ybor. We're at 25th and 10th Street. Let's make this right hand turn. Alright, we got houses on the left, houses on the right. This is close to the downtown Tampa area. Alright, we're at 9th Ave and 25th Street. We got sidewalks on my left hand side. Driveways. There's a house for rent on my right hand side. 2414 North 25th Street in Tampa, Florida is for rent. In case anybody wants to rent that property. It says room for rent, so it's not even the whole property. It's just a room for rent. Alright, we're at 25th and 8th Ave. We continue traveling straight. We got a cool mural on my left hand side of a Lego person with a giant tomato.
Tomatoes, yeah.
Yeah, check it out. You see right there on my left hand side? I don't know if you guys can really make it out, but that's a giant Lego character.
And a beaker. I'm assuming it's with tomatoes.
Oh yeah, beaker. Nice eye. It's one of them scientific beakers. Gentleman right here was in a rush to get into 7th Ave supermarket. There's a no outlet in front of us, so we are not going to travel any further. But I do see dumping at the end of the outlet. Matter of fact, let's take a look at what type of items are dumped, because I see a dumpster right next to it. I'm wondering if these items could have fit in the dumpster. You went that far to dump. You might as well have just threw it in a dumpster. Alright, there's no outlet is due to the train tracks that are right in front of us. I see what looks to be a bottom half of a chair, a bureau, looks like a carpet. I believe majority of that could have fit in that dumpster.
Yeah.
The carpet, the bottom half of the chair, pretty much all of that could have fit in the dumpster. I don't understand why whoever dumped that there didn't just go the extra, mile, or in this case, the extra feet or two, and throw the trash in the dumpster. All right, we got Ybor City signs on top of the street sign. So it says East 7th Ave. Below it says La Septima. But there's two of them. It says La Septima, S-E-T-I-M-A / La Septima.
Septima will be in Spanish. 7.
Okay. And then it says Ybor City, like a fancy sign, some signage. See, and that's the Lego character on my left. You see it? Can we make a left here? Is this an actual block? I believe so.
Yeah, you can.
Make a left right here. There goes that Lego character with the beaker and everything. That's pretty neat. It's like he's basically making
tomato sauce, right?
Tomato sauce, or he's genetically modifying the tomatoes because they went in small. They came out huge on the other side.
Okay.
We got two gentlemen on my right at 8th and 26th. Looks like they're playing cards or dominoes. What are they playing? Dominoes! They're playing dominoes. Two older gentlemen on the porch. They're playing dominoes. We're at 9th and 26th Street. Wow, this truck is huge. You got the beautiful palms. We're at 10th Ave and 26th Street. Thank you very much. They flag it so we can go by. Alright, this appears to be, we're at 11th and 26th. This block was kind of desolate. We got a little playground right here. Check it out. Basketball court, playground. Still a pretty desolate area. City of Tampa Park. Grace Ministries on my right. That was welcome to East Ybor Historic. Ooh, let's make this left-hand turn. You can see this. East Ybor Park. See? We're in the East Ybor neighborhood. But there was also a welcome sign that says Tampa neighborhood, welcome to East Ybor Historic. You see right there on my right-hand side? Let's make this left because behind us was the highway. The highway is the border. So if we pass the highway, then we're no longer in East Ybor. Apartments on my left. It's like a residence on my left, a house. House on my right, plenty of no trespassing signs. Private property, violators will be prosecuted, beware of dog. They had several signs telling you to keep out. I have an older gentleman on my left hand side, looks like he's dealing with his greenery. His weeds, he's pulling the weeds. We got two surveyors on my right hand side surveying the property. We're at 12th and 27th. Now that could be because maybe somebody's selling a property on this block and they want to get the proper measurements, or that could be, you know, somebody from the city. It looks like this is their truck over here, so they started surveying from back here. We're at 27th and 11th Ave. You want to contact the surveyor when you're trying to sell or buy a property to make sure that your property lines are up to par and you're actually selling the right property. You don't want to sell footage that's not yours. Footage as in feet. You know, like 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, not footage as in video footage. But you want to make sure that, you know, if your property is 20 feet by 10 feet, you want to make sure you're not selling them 23 feet by 11 feet. And then when you do the transaction, you're going to have a very unhappy customer. Or if you are the customer, you're going to be very unhappy. We got a dead end on my left hand side. We're not going to go to my left. We're approaching 9th Ave, 27th and 9th. Dead end on my left as well. We got the Gold Fiegel Supply on our left hand side. We're at 27th and 8th Street. It's a dead end on my left also. The Gulf Eagle owns that property over there. It's like a giant warehouse. We're approaching 7th Ave. We got an American countertop business on our left also. And Bart D. Puri air conditioning. That huge warehouse on my right. Tattoo Festival, VillainArts.com. There's a tattoo festival here in Tampa. Alright, so right now this is going to take us to the border, unfortunately, because the neighborhood is behind us. This Gulf Eagle business on my left cuts off the neighborhood. It doesn't give us an opportunity. I'm going to have to pull into this lot right here because I don't want to go outside of the border. Once we pass that underpass right there, we're outside of the border. So we're going to just make this exaggerated U-turn here. Or I can keep going straight. There you go. I was about to make an exaggerated U-turn. Oh, there's a supermoto parked over here. You see right here at the granite business? You see right there? I don't know if y'all can really tell. There's it looks like an Enduro, a DRZ.
It looks hidden.
Yeah, it's hidden. He's probably one of the customers, one of the employees. He probably rides his bike to work. It's at the American countertop business. And he hid it in between the granite slabs. I guess to protect it from the heat. I really miss mines. I haven't rode it in a couple months. I'm telling you, when I was in Miami, I would have loved to ride the supermoto there, like down South Beach. Oh man, that would have been the coolest way to get around. That would have been chilling. Alright, this is 27th. Did we come up 27th? Well, even if we did, we're gonna utilize it to go left and right because this is a small neighborhood and the boundaries are kind of tight because of the warehouses and the businesses they got on the left and right of it. So let's make this left on 8th Ave. So if we go right, there's a warehouse. So let's turn left. Ouch. Got some houses on my right. Of unkept grass that's growing to the street side. I would love to see sharper edge work. You take the weed whacker. Oh, that's the two gentlemen that's playing dominoes all on my right. We got one of those e-scooters on my right, one of the Lime e-scooters just sitting there. It's faded and beat up. We're at 25th Street and 8th Ave. We came through here, we went left. There's that room for rent on my right. We're gonna keep going straight though. Now we're traveling westbound. We'll do some west to east. After we do this little cluster here, we'll go below 7th Ave. And there's another little cluster up until about 3rd Ave. We're at 8th and 24th. That looks like a two-story house right there. Look at it. I'm gonna angle out the vehicle so you guys can get a better view. We got the Vintage Roost on my left-hand side. Whatever this is, it's called the Vintage Roost. It's an antique store. A little Nissan on my right, dropped in the rear. We're at 23rd and 8th Ave. We're now hitting a brick road. We can make a right here. In front of us is the border, which is 22nd Street. 22nd Street is the border. I'm gonna make this right. I see two young guys on bicycles. Oh, they ended up moving once we turned. They were in the street talking. So the blocks right here on my left-hand side are bricks. Let's make this left right here. This is 9th Ave. We had a gentleman that just got into his Tesla right here on my right-hand side. Got some kids on the porch. See, this is a red brick road. I'm going to utilize this lot to make a U-turn. So that block right there in front of us where you see all the traffic is 22nd Street. 22nd Street would be the western borderline. 22nd is the western borderline. The eastern borderline looks like it is the highway on my right. The northern borderline is I-4. The southern borderline is Adamo Drive. We got Tony's Restaurant in front of us. They sell Italian, Spanish, and American meals. Delicious Cuban sandwiches as well. They provide catering services for private events, baby showers, dinner parties, meetings, classes, and so much more. We got a baby car seat on my right. Dump there. So now we are currently traveling eastbound on 9th Ave. We're gonna take this down a couple blocks. We're gonna end up hitting a dead end anyway. We're at 23rd Street and East 9th Ave. I'm gonna allow this car to go. You're more than welcome to go, Toyota Scion. I know. I didn't have a stop sign, but I'm letting you go. You wanna go? try to practice making complete stops nowadays. Got a 2-story house on my left that looks like it's being rehabbed. It looks like it might end up being 2.5 stories with 2 porches. Homes on my left, homes on my right. We got a very tropical looking. Oh, they got one of them Paris, them UK telephone booths on their property. That's so cool. Look at it. That is decent. That's a cool piece to have on your property. See, it's just one of them red telephone booths from the. It's either the UK or from like London or something.
It looked like it had an actual
phone in it. Wow, that's decent. Real cool place to take a photo. We just passed 24th Street. We got the United States Postal Service on my right. We got a gentleman hanging out on his pickup truck bed. This house over here on my left looks wider than most of them in this area. It almost looks like it was extended, because there's one right next to it that doesn't even look that wide. Must have had a larger property line. Alright, we're at 25th and 9th Ave. We're at North 26th and 9th Ave. On the next block, we'll end up meeting the deadline. I mean, the dead end. I said the deadline. The dead end. Got a little boat on my left-hand side. And another fortified mailbox. It's crooked. It's fortified, but it's crooked. Why? Because somebody hit it. Wow. Well, I guess the good news is that it was still there. Bad news is now you got a crooked mailbox. Let's make this left. We went up this block. That was a dead end in front of us. Only difference is right now we're on 27th Street. We're going to make this left on 10th Ave and then go the opposite way to 22nd. There's a dead end on my right. We're on the 2600 block at 10th Ave. Let's make this left-hand turn. Check out these palm trees, beautiful. They got some cool palm trees in their yard. Driveway is on my left. A huge lot on my right. We got another lime scooter, 2 lime scooters right here on my left, just thrown on the curb. You got an orange Jeep on my right. Wow, we got several lime scooters right here on the side of the curb. I wonder why they're all just right here.
Looks like 5 of them.
And then there was 2 laying on the floor, so just imagine. We're at North 26th Street and East Ave. I know those scooters have tracking devices, right? I wonder will they like get you if you take it across country? Like, you know, you get it from Florida and you take it to Cali. I know they have a line business over there at Cali, so they might probably call their other, you know, partners. At 25th and 10th, this is still Lime, or I wonder will it be active still? Like, because if you're using the app and you're paying for it,
that would be a big bill.
Huge bill, right?
Oh, look, roosters, chickens,
there goes that Beetle on my left-hand side, convertible Beetle, the drop-top Beetle. We're at 10th and 24th Street.
It looks like this block is a combination of homes, and then it looks like apartments sharing.
Yeah, apartment A, apartment B.
Yeah.
We're approaching North 23rd Street. We're at the intersection of 23rd and 10th Ave right now. We're gonna make this right-hand turn coming up on the borderline, which is 22nd Street. We got West Palm Wines on my left, Bune's Wine Bar. Bune's Wine Bar. We're gonna make this right-hand turn. We're at the borderline at North 22nd. There's a box on my left that reads Historic Ybor City, Tampa. Now I believe Ybor City, East Ybor, and the historic section are probably all connected. They're probably all directly next to each other. So for example, if we cross over, in front of us is Ybor City Historic District. So if we were to keep going straight, we'll hit the historic district, but we're not going to keep going straight. Right now we're focused on East Ybor. But East Ybor is in Ybor City. Above us is College Hills. You got Highland Pines around the corner. You got Palmetto Beach right below us. Let's make this right-hand turn because I believe we can make a right on red. But notice how once you get to the historic Ybor area, the streets have some brick accent. Even the sidewalk, like the crossing, if you look at the crossing, the crosswalk, there's bricks. Okay, I'm gonna make this right-hand turn. We got the Ride Factory on my right-hand side. Looks like it was a motorcycle business. We're gonna make this right on 11th Ave. Right here is the entrance to East Interstate 4 and Interstate 75. I'm gonna make this right though. We got Tampa Auto Stylist on my left. Custom car, rims, alarms, stereos, and more. It's a custom shop. Which family owned?
We got a couple houses here with, it's a 2-floor houses.
2-floor vinyl siding, porch with an awning. They look new.
Yep.
New driveways. And notice how they're on the historic part. Cause look at the street. I mean, this right here is still technically, if you look at the map, this is East Ybor. But notice how this is 1 block shy of the historic neighborhood. So it's almost like they gave East Ybor, the 1 block shy closer to the historic neighborhood, the fancy street. And you know, the houses, I guess that's why they were probably relatively new. I don't know. We're passing North 23rd Street. And now look, it goes from brick to asphalt abruptly. Like abruptly, it just stops right in the middle. They didn't even run it. I'm gonna allow this Dodge to pass me because he's in a rush. The roof on my left, it must have metal roofing because it's rusty. We're at 11th and 24th. And if you don't put a special coating on those rooftops to protect it from the moisture and the sun, you're gonna get rust. We're at 24th and 11th Ave. Nice house on the right hand side. Gunta Homestead and Farm on my right. That sign, you see it? In 1907, Salvatore and Victoria Gunta arrived at Ellis Island from Santo Stefano Cuscina, Sicily. Like many of other Sicilian immigrants, they left behind peasant farming for a better future in Ybor City. Wow, where work was plentiful. They brought, They brought little but their strong work ethic and the seeds of the crops that had always sustained their family. I'm sorry, I'm making sure there's no traffic behind me because I'm in the middle of the street. Sicilian families settled on the east side of Ybor City beyond the cigar factories and worker housing. They held a variety of jobs even as laborers on the local celery farms. After years of work, Salvatore and Vittoria saved enough to buy land at the corner of 11th Avenue and 24th Street, where they farmed heirloom produce and herbs to supplement their income. They gradually bought more land and in 1924 built a home for, wow, I got cars behind me. Built a home for for their growing family. Like many of their Sicilian neighbors, the Guntas grew their own food, raised chickens, baked bread in an outdoor oven. Wow. And were largely self-sufficient. The homestead of nearly an entire block contained the house, auxiliary buildings, farm fields, and an orchard for over a century. The Gunta family has carried on their farming tradition in Ybor City. The Gunts homestead and farm tells the story of many early Sicilian immigrants lives in East Ybor City. Wow, so we just learned something about this neighborhood. This neighborhood originally had Sicilian immigrants, which are what? Italian, right? Or Sicilian, from Sicily. We're at 11th and 25th. To my knowledge, I would think Sicilians are the earlier Italian residents, the early Italian immigrants who migrated over, and they came with the dream, with the American dream to acquire housing, to provide for their family, to start their own businesses. That's amazing. That's an inspirational little story right there. They bought land. Little by little, they started buying and acquiring more and more land. And then they were self-sufficient.
Yeah.
So they had their own farm, they had their own food. They basically didn't need to outsource. I wonder if any of their I wonder if any of their offspring are still residing within the area. You know what I mean? Or still own property within the area. Colorado tags on my left on the Jeep. Descendants, I think that's the correct term. I said offspring. But yeah, if they're descendants, still live in the area. We're on 27th Street and 11th Ave. So check out the little area right here. This is gonna be a little round block. It's like a U is gonna take us left and then left again. You can't make a right coming up. It looks like an industrial plant, like electrical. Yeah, I see signs that say high voltage. They show you getting zapped. Basically, don't touch the fence. Yup. Hazardous voltage. Keep out. Do not enter this enclosure. Equipment can shock, burn, and cause afterlife. If y'all know what I mean. We got Chris's portable toilets on my right at 20th and 11th Ave. Oh, we got a vehicle right here. Oh man, they're actually doing work. So I'm gonna have to bust a U-turn because he's over there doing actual street work. I really wanted to take her around that block, but I can't rush this man from doing his job. I noticed the fire hydrants have tags on them. They have, like, I guess an inspection tag, maybe the last time that they were inspected, to make sure that they're up to par and they work. Look at this on my left, it's an abandoned house. Wonder how much it's going for. 2709. Which street is this? This is 2709 East 11th Ave. No trespassing. 2709 East 11th Ave, Tampa, Florida. Because this is near the historic district. It's not far from Tampa's downtown. You're right next to the highway, you know. That might be a little cheap house. It might be a $20,000, $30,000 house. Or I could be wrong. It might be like a $100,000 shell. Or it might be less. It might be a $5,000 shell. I don't know. We're at 27th and 11th Ave. Let's make this right and then make a left. Go ahead, buddy. Thank you. You wanna let me go by? Thank you. We got the cat. The little cat. Meow meow. What's up, kitty? Looks like a cow. White with black spots. Let's make this left on 12th Ave. Oh, we got another one of those work vehicles here. I guess they're doing some work in this little area right here. I think this is was this part of the surveying crew, maybe?
Yeah, they were the ones over there that the same ones that we see.
Yeah, and there you go. That's the story of gentrification. You end up having a neighborhood with great historical value that was run down, and then you have investors come in. They know that it's near the historic area. They know it's near downtown. They know that it has potential for people to want to live here. So they'll come, start trying to figure out measurements now, see who owns what owns this, what owns that. Then they'll put it up on the market and or buy stuff out. And before you know it, this neighborhood right now, you know, looks like there's a lot of gaps, a lot of empty lots, or a lot of abandoned properties. But in 20 years, you come here, this will be a sought after, you know, well-maintained community once again. Because I'm sure when the Sicilians used to live here, it was probably a nice area still, you know, because they said that this was farmland. Oh, there's an RV right here on my left that just left at 12th Ave and 25th. They're literally leaving. Yeah, so that goes to show you. Ybor City duets on my left. Wow, they're called duets, but it looks like two apartments, apartment A and apartment B. They call them the duets. On my right is the borderline, so we're gonna go left. We're gonna drop it like it's hot, and we're gonna take it past 7th Street. Or 7th Ave, I should say. I keep getting the Aves. On my right is a dead end. I keep getting the Aves and the streets confused because it's like, I'm not used, personally, from where I live at in Philly, my part of Philly, because they do have number Aves in Philly, but that's more like uptown. They got like 69th Ave or like 71st Ave and 15th Street. You know what I mean? But where I'm at in Philly, we got numbers, but we got 2nd Street, 3rd Street, 4th Street, 5th Street, 6th Street, 7th Street, 8th Street, 9th Street, all the way up to like 32nd Street. That's part, you know, North Philly and all of that. 15th Street, 16th Street, 17th Street. We don't got to deal with 16th Ave, 15th Ave, 14th Ave. We don't deal with that. But there are people in Philly who do have to deal with the Aves. And same thing with Southwest Philly. We're at 23rd Ave and 11th Street. There's people in Southwest Philly that got to deal with Aves. There's people in like Northwest Philly that got to deal with Aves. Like the Ogons neighborhood, the East Oak Lane, West Oak Lane. Look at this new house on my left, right? It looks relatively modern, and look what they have right here.
Smart car.
A little Smarty with fresh white powder coated rims. Those rims must have been powder coated, because I don't think they sell the stock rim white. That thing is clean though. Nice. I should have beat beep beep. Speaking of clean, we're due for a car wash.
Yeah.
This thing is super dirty. We haven't washed it since we was in South Carolina, right? Yeah.
South Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, that was the last time that we washed it. It's going on a month. Going on a month. There was a dog on my left with a woman petting 2 cats. We're at 23rd, what's this, Street or Ave? 23rd Street and 8th Ave.
Yeah.
We're crossing over a brick road. Let's take this down to 3rd Ave. We're at 7th Ave. We got Al Soul Food on my left. Bail Bonds, 24 hours on my left. Thomas Bonding Services. What do bail bonds exactly do? Let me see if I got this right, because I've never researched it, but I think I got somewhat of the concept. Help me if I'm wrong. I think bail bonds provide you the money to get out of jail. They're paying your bail, but they probably want an interest or something of that nature. We got Olympia Stone Courts on my left. And if you don't pay that interest or that bail bond in return, it's like a loan, then maybe they hunt you down, maybe? I don't know. I'm just guessing, because I remember watching the movie with Ice Cube, All About the Benjamins,
yeah.
and Ice Cube was a bail bondsman, and he would like chase down criminals. I don't know. I'm probably all over the place, but yeah. All right, we're at 5th Ave. 23rd Street and 5th Ave. We have 2 people on my right-hand side chatting on the porch. Looks like a female and maybe, I would say 2 females, but it might not be. It might be a female and it was a gentleman. Wow, he had a tank top, long hair, some tight pants. We got Tampa police on my right-hand side. We're at 4th Ave. Tampa police on my right-hand side. And we got a ton of scooters right there in front of us. Made a complete stop. We're gonna pass the police on my right-hand side. And we got several scooters on my right. Check it out, e-scooters. We got Ybor Salvage on my left.
Oh, this is a nice house. It's a 2-story house on my right side.
Yeah. We're at 23rd and 3rd Ave. Yeah, she's talking about this house right here. See if I can point it to her. See right here? We got the siding and everything. I would made a more of a dramatic point to it, but we got the cops behind us. I don't want them to think that I'm drunk. Anyway, why is this guy making an extremely wide turn? These houses don't look too bad on this block. They look fairly maintained. 5-minute parking city code? Holy smokes. What? They got a 5-minute parking code. You get 5 minutes to park, brother. You better get out of here. We're at 22nd Street and 3rd Ave. 22nd is the border, so if we go any farther forward, we're no longer in East Ybor. If we go left, we got about a block left before we leave East Ybor and enter Palmetto Beach. So let's make this right-hand turn. 22nd, we're gonna stay within the vicinity. We got some guys on my right, they look like painters. They're doing paint work on the property. This is the box truck on my right. We got Amtex Casting Repair on my left. I'm gonna make this right on 4th Ave. This is where the police officer was at. The gentleman on my left walking with a bag. We got Florida Geotechnical Engineering Inc. on my left. This is the Tampa police officer on my right. We're passing 23rd Street. We're now approaching 24th Street. We got a dude that was on a longboard talking to an older gentleman. McLean Plumbing and Mechanical Services on my right. Some houses on my left.
We got some tall palm trees right in front of us.
Yeah, right. Look on my left.
Tall and skinny.
Some tall palm trees. The reason why we emphasize tall, especially me, is because I realized when I came to Florida that not all palm trees were built the same. So when I went to Cali, they had some tall, skinny palm trees in some neighborhoods, and then you go to like Beverly Hills, and then they have like the chunky, fat, tall palm trees. But then you come over here, and I saw a lot of short palm trees. Let's make this right on 27th Street. A lot of stubby, short palm trees, and then like the greenery that grows out of the palm tree is slightly different. But these are tall. They're not as tall as some of the ones. Believe me, when you get to Cali, you're gonna see a lot taller ones than these. They tower over the neighborhood. All right, let's make this right. I think we got 2nd Ave on my left. Look below this asphalt. That goes to show you that this neighborhood probably historically had red bricks throughout the whole neighborhood. You see how some of the asphalt is I guess it wore off. Maybe that's the only thing that I could think of. It wore off, or they just did a poor patch job here. But you got red bricks on half of the street, and then you got some asphalt. And even on the parking area over here, you got red bricks. Look at it. And that's the historical street that was laid below it. Because before bricks, it was all farmland, and it was all greenery and grass and stuff. So what they did was they dug below, probably, you know, I don't know what's the zoning specifications, but they probably dug 2-3 feet below. We're at 26th Street and 3rd Ave. We got two gentlemen on my left fixing their bike. It looks like they probably got like a flat or something. And there's a apartment building on my left. It's a leasing office right here. We're at 25th Street and 3rd Ave. But yeah, they probably, we're gonna go left so I can show. Ooh, there's a new apartment building right here. Look at this. And right in front of us, we got the Coppertail Brewing Company on my left-hand side, around the corner. We're at 2nd Ave, the 2400 block of 2nd Ave. These all appear to be new buildings. Let's make this right-hand turn, and we're pretty much wrapping up to the lower portion, which is this building right here is bordering the borderline next to Adamo Drive. There's a gentleman right here checking his phone. He stopped and just put his hand on his waist and just decided to check his phone. That was kind of odd for me. We're at 24th and 2nd Ave. Like, if I'm gonna check my phone, I'm gonna just stop and check my phone. My guy just like stopped. He put his hand on his waist. He just hesitated and just checked his phone. Probably was tired, right? We got a sporty woman on my right with a Nike sports top. She was walking to her vehicle, right? And then like she's about to go to the gym. We got a 3-story building on my right. We're at 23rd and 2nd Ave. And right now we're reaching 22nd Street, which would take us to pretty much the border. We got Arturo Fuente on my left-hand side. It's a building. Check out this, what is it, a horse, right? Look at this horse. Is it a statue?
Yeah.
Wow, there's a nice horse statue. All right, sucks. Look, somebody broke off the hands.
Yeah.
Or the hooves.
Oh,
We should say hooves. Because we both said hands. Horses don't have hands. I'm sure that we can agree on that. But yeah, guys, we got a car wash on our right, new and used tires. And yeah, that's about it. This brings us back to 3rd Ave. We already went to 3rd Ave, and now we'll hit 4th Ave. So I think this is going to conclude our short tour for the East Ybor neighborhood. It's in East Ybor City, which is in Tampa. I want to say thank you all for watching. I appreciate your support. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you have any knowledge about the neighborhood, feel free to enlighten us and educate myself as well as the viewers of the World Wide Web. This is your homeboy Tune, Mr. Tune Dallas, Tuneski, Tunism, Tunester, Tune 1, Super Tune, Bad Tune, Tuni Califragilistic Expialidocious, and Omi Califragilistic Expialidocious. And we are officially tuning out.